Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to this brand new series hosted by me, myself, Sundeep Rao, who I am a stand-up comic, and I am from Bangalore, and I happen to be India's only good-looking comic. No, that's a joke. I'm actually India's only partially blind comic, and I will be hosting you through this series of discovering what are artists, performing artists across the spectrum, from music to stand-up comedy to theatre to performing arts on the street, being hijras in their element. And we're going to take you through this journey and see what these people go through off stage to bring to you on stage some of the finest comedy and performances you've seen. So this is India's new series of your performers off stage.
Like any other South Indian hero, he's going to make his entry with an item song. So we have a beatboxer with us in the house, Shanky. Give it up for Shanky. So I need a beat from the audience. Can you just give me a beat, everybody? Just start snapping. Hit it, Shanky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, par. Dai machi, dai tambi, yenake par. Wearing a comedy superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, Praveen Kumar!
Hey, my name is Praveen Kumar, and I'm a stand-up comedian, as you guys know, and from my accent, you would have guessed that I am a Tamilian. Any Tamilians in the house? Wow. Other Tamilians are in their house? Okay, good. See, like any other Tamilian, I get offended when a non-Tamilian comes and makes fun of us. Okay? They always say, Madras is idli dosa, idli dosa, idli dosa. Come on, man, give us a break. We have sambar also. My roommate in my college, my roommate was a horrible fellow, okay? See, I've seen people talking in sleep and walking in sleep, but this guy used to sleep beat. True story, he used to sleep beat. One day he saw a Jackie Chan movie before going to bed, okay? So he kicked me twice, went onto the windows, jumped from here and there, and came to me and said, Master, I have assassinated the dragon warrior. And the next day he saw a porn movie before going to bed. It's a clean comedy show, I won't take it further. Okay? It's a clean comedy, nothing happened. One day he wanted to bring a cat as a pet. You know how difficult it is to live with a creature which sleeps the whole day, snuffs the face into the pillow and steals the food. And on top of it, he wants to have a cat also. Right?
So to kick the series off, I'm here in my hometown of Bangalore, and I thought the first person who I'd like to interview on this series, a very dear friend of mine from Bangalore as well, and he needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway because that's how redundant I am. He's a lovely person. He's a very famous person. You can probably follow him on Twitter at funny_Leone. That's a very, very original name for a man here. Praveen Kumar.
Hey, Sundeep.
What's up, Praveen? How are you, man?
Good, thank
That's
you.
such a formal introduction for a guy like you, right? Yeah. We just spoke an hour back. It's like, what's up, much? Anyway. So this is Praveen. As you can tell, he's very funny, just by the way he looks. But Praveen, of course, is one of Bangalore's premier comics. We have 3, small, medium, and large. And Praveen,
I'm the large one, right?
No, you're the small. We're talking about sense of humor.
Oh.
So Praveen, of course, is from a small town, Kanchipuram, and now he's moved to Bangalore, an engineer by profession, by education. He's done various things, but of course, for the past 3 months, Praveen has been a professional stand-up comic. Alongside Sanjay Manaktala and myself, we have the polished bottom. So Praveen, everyone knows you're a funny guy on stage.
Okay.
And everyone knows you've come a long way since when you started in 2010. But what does it feel like to be a professional comic off stage?
See, the main problem being a professional comic off stage is people come to you and say, hey, you are a comedian, tell me a joke.
Right.
No, that is so redundant, right? So irritating. Like, see, we are, and not only that, when you are giving some pose to any picture, you know, the photographers will like, give funny pose.
Right.
I don't know what funny pose is, but give something funny. Don't be standing straight. Like, do some action which is funny. See, we are not clowns. We are stand-up comedians. Like,
sometimes the area is grey, right? Because
exactly, exactly. And that is one aspect. Other aspect is, since I'm a full-time comedian, I wanted to concentrate more on comedy. That's the reason why I quit my job. But I'm ending up playing Candy Crush more than writing jokes. So actually, I should concentrate on writing jokes, which that's the reason why I quit my job. But then, yeah, I am really loving it. I am really glad that I'm not part of a corporate world anymore, and I am loving what I am doing.
The obvious question that begs to be asked is, do you feel funny all the time?
No,
You don't?
I usually don't. I mean, I might feel funny on stage. I have to feel funny on stage, but then off stage, when you sit and write a joke, you don't feel funny.
Right.
The thoughts just stop there. That flow just stops when you sit and write. But then, when you're talking to your friends, like when I'm talking to you, something funny might, come out.
Right.
So make a note of it and make it in a part of the set. But when you sit and write, there are a lot of times where nothing happens. It's just plain and blank. I was born and brought up in this small town near Chennai called Kanchipuram. Have you guys heard of it? Kanchipuram? Yeah? Yeah. In that town, nobody spoke English, including my English teacher in school. If that is the condition for English, you could imagine the condition for Hindi. Very few people in my town could differentiate between Hindi and English. Recently, when I spoke to one of my old friends, he said the last English movie he saw was Rangila.
Of course, you're a family man. You have a wife and a child, and this being a full-time comic obviously gives you a lot more time with them during the day. But you obviously perform at nights for the most part, unless you're doing an afternoon corporate gig. But does that take a stress on your relationship within your family, like traveling in the nights, spending hour after hour with hundreds of ladies throwing themselves at you? Do you feel that taking a strain on your relationship?
Yeah, I mean, my wife was very supportive. Even when I was doing both full-time job as well as stand-up comedy, where I used to work all 5 days and then do stand-up comedy for the rest of the weekends. So that 7 days I was occupied, but still she was supportive because I don't know if at the back of the mind she knew that I'm going to quit one day and I'm going to spend more time. I'm going to compensate for whatever time I lost with them. I'm going to compensate with them. But now I'm trying to compensate. I'm spending more time with my wife and daughter now, and I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, but then one of the selfish reasons is I'm getting a lot of material for my jokes when you spend more time
From your family?
Yeah.
When you run out of ideas, turn to your loved ones, right?
Yeah, I said, I'm spending time with you guys and making note of jokes.
Okay, so your daughter is now 3 years old.
4 years.
4, sorry.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of your stuff is online and you're going to be seen on television hopefully soon. Do you ever sort of fear that when she grows up to an age where she sort of understands what you're doing, what do you feel her response is going to be to what you do?
See, it depends on the way she grows up. It depends on how we tell her about the job I'm doing. Right now, when you ask her what's your dad, she says proudly, she's stand-up comedian. No?
Right.
That kind of thing you should keep telling her, and when she grows up with that same idea. Okay, it's a great stand-up comedian.
So you're saying it's almost like a child growing up knowing from an early age that they were adopted or not, right? So it's almost like
Exactly.
that sense of acceptance from an early age.
Yeah, that's true. See, even if they take any film actor like famous Shah Rukh Khan or Rajnikant or somebody, their daughters, from the time when they started knowing things, their classmates in school, everybody will be maintaining a distance with them because.
So basically, you're saying your child's going to grow up knowing that she's a celebrity from day one.
Not exactly.
I think what I've noticed as well is it's important, after all, because it's your voice which people are hearing as Praveen on stage. It's your opinions, your thoughts, your experiences, right? But many times when I'm writing as well, when I'm writing alone, it's within my own bubble of comedy and my own sort of perspective on life or that particular thought I'm having. But when I come out on stage and do it without bouncing it off other comics like you or Sanjay, it comes across as very half-baked because it's only one angle I've looked at.
Correct.
So I think in that regard, it's very important to have a support structure
Correct,
of comics
correct.
because you get a well-rounded feedback from,
Correct,
you know.
exactly. Especially you get feedback, you have to get two set of feedback. I get two set of feedback. First, if I write a joke, I call you or Sanjay to see how the joke is. And then
Right.
I talk to my wife and see, because from audience perspective. See, from a comics perspective, you might give me a expert opinion, but from audience opinion also I would require. So I talk to my wife and my other friends who are not stand-up comics and to see how well the joke is, and then I take it to the open mic night and see how the
Right.
audience is
On
receiving.
stage.
Because if you tell a joke on the phone or in person, it might not be as funny as performing on stage.
Right.
Because you are sandwiching the joke with other jokes, right? So the delivery will be better, the way you express it will be better, the timing will be better when you're on stage. So that might be even more funny on stage than talking to your friends.
Now, the other thing is that obviously now people associate you with humor and with being funny. Did you always feel funny, like from an early age? Because you've got what? You lived in Kanchipuram, then you moved to you did your undergraduation in BITS Pilani, which is a pretty damn difficult college to get into. And then you did your MBA. So you've done a pretty sort of traditional path of, following that particular, the typical Indian pathway of engineering, then an MBA. But when did you feel that you had this element of humor in you? Or why did you feel that you needed humor in your life?
See, in BITS Pilani, as you said, in BITS Pilani, we used to do comedy mimes, right? Comedy mimes. First, as an audience, I saw a mime which was put up by the senior college member. It was so funny. Like, it is comedy mime, not like a traditional mime. It is like voiceover, like Mad Ad kinds, right? So, and it was so funny. I thought, okay, I can also do that. I auditioned for the first time. I didn't get selected. The second time I audition, I got selected, and I was part of the mime in which I grew up performing to live audience, like more than 1,500, 2,000 people in the auditorium. We used to perform for them. So that kind of feel was there. So, but that was there for 4 years, and after that we passed out. Like all of us went in different directions. But to do something like a mime, you need people with similar mindset. To put up a mime show like this. But then after we passed out, I couldn't get people with similar mindset. So there was a void for next 4 or 5 years. I wanted to do something with comedy. I got married. But
is that supposed to be a joke? Cool.
On stage it will be better.
Thanks.
So I got married, and then I started writing blogs.
Okay.
I thought, okay, humorous blog or something, but that was not well received. Then, at the end of 2008, I read an article on stand-up comedy, which is something which I can do alone without depending on anybody, right?
Of course, yeah.
So I started doing 1 or 2 open mics, and then I met you in Viada's open mic competition, and then we started doing shows. And after my schooling in Kanchipuram, I went on to do my graduation in this college called Birla Institute of Technology and Science. Which is in a village in Rajasthan called Pilani. So it's called BITS Pilani, okay? And it's horrible to see some new colleges coming up. BITS Pilani, Goa. BITS Pilani, Hyderabad. BITS Pilani, Dubai. How do they name like that? How will you name like that? It's like calling Bangalore Airport in Hyderabad. Okay, that's a wrong example. Bangalore Airport is in Hyderabad only. Bad example. Bad example. You know what's my achievement in my college in Pilani? I survived there for 4 years without knowing Hindi. Yes, the mess workers and the staff spoke in Hindi there, but I should take this moment to thank all my friends. Without their support, I would not have survived in Pilani. It would have been very difficult for me if they didn't teach Tamil to the mess workers, right? It would be very, very difficult. And Pilani is a village, okay? Pilani is a village, and outside the campus is just buffaloes, pigs, and some human beings, right? It's like moving from a small town to a village. It's like upgrading your Honda City car to Tata Nano, right? And Pilani is a desert, okay? It's a desert, so extreme climate. So unlike Bangalore, the summers are hot. And unlike Chennai, winters are cold. Right, extreme climate. Winters are so cold that nobody takes bath every day. True story. Nobody takes bath every day. And my personal record was 21 days. Yes, true story. Now you know why most engineers don't get girls. But 21 days. And no, I'm still considered to be a clean guy there because the villagers in Pilani don't even take bath. For the entire 6 months, they don't take bath at all. It will be considered a sin. They'll be even taken to a village panchayat where the head will be like, what's the offense? He has taken bath twice in a week. What? What's the proof? We can go near him. We MBAs are not designed to work, right? We are designed to take things done by somebody else and take all the credit. I'll give you an example, okay? Recently, my wife got pregnant. Women are horrible drivers. No. Okay, they might not go fast, nor give you way. That means they are cautious. Okay, they might put left indicator and take a right turn. They want to check if you are cautious.